everybody. This is Mike with Enviroscape LA, and I'm here doing Ewing Irrigation in Torrance, visiting the Rainbird guy. This is the Rainbird guy. This is David Wyche. Really excited because I walked in here and I was thinking, oh, here's the Rainbird timers. Here's the faceplate, and then David was telling me about something new, something exciting that Rainbird came out with. Now, if you've ever had us do low voltage lighting, you know that there's lighting now that actually is compatible with an iPad. People are really big into just not going into their garage or under their house if that's where your controller is. It's really great to have it, or on your phone even. You can actually do it on your phone now. Well, what about timers, sprinkler timers? You know what? People don't like to go into the wet, musty, spider-filled garage. Especially right now that we're in rainy season, it's December, and people are thinking, if I have to go all the way in there to click it off, it's not going to hurt anything, and so it's wasting water. Wouldn't it be great if there was an iPad compatible sprinkler system, the timer? And there is. It's made by Rainbird. They just came out with this. They field tested it for a long time, but the advantage of this is that we used to have there's a few of them that are actually out there that I tried one with a client, but the problem is it's only compatible with your phone, for example, so you can only control it with your phone. You can't actually, if your phone goes down, then you're stuck. You can't go to the actual faceplate and have a manual override. Well, Rainbird figured that out. It's genius. I swear, genius. And so, can you explain to us, David, a little bit about this, how it works, how it's set up, and kind of how we do it with your phone?
Absolutely,
okay.
Mike. Thanks so much. So, what we're going to do is introduce our new TM2 timer. This is a fixed station count timer, but as Mike said, this is going to give you the ability to make any adjustments at your timer or give you the ability to use your cell phone to make adjustments. So if you zoom in a little bit, we can kind of get you familiar with the timer itself. So we've made some changes to our fixed station count timer. So as you can see, it's got a very bright display. So if this is located in a dark area or in a garage, you're going to be able to read the LED backlit display screen. There's no other manufacturer that has a controller with this feature on it right now. We've gone to a dial-based setting format. So setting your date time, your start times, your run times, etc. Very easy to set up. So you have arrows where you can scroll through your options, and the plus and minus symbol, typical to most irrigation controllers, to adjust those settings. Now, as Mike was mentioning, we've given the ability to incorporate weather-based irrigation control and remote management by our Link Wi-Fi module. So we'll get a visual on this one. This is an add-on feature that allows us to connect this controller to our home Wi-Fi network. So once we incorporate that on our home Wi-Fi network, we can simply download the Rainbird app, and we'll zoom in and give you a visual on that. So from the app, we have our controller listed. I have already synced the app with this controller. So once we pull this up, we'll show you the functionality and how this works. So as you can see on the phone screen, we have the ability to start and stop stations. Now we've manipulated the application on this diagram up here. So if we want to perform simple functions as a manual start, we simply select the amount of time we want to send to the program. We'll start that, and we'll see a response out of the controller, and we'll see that zone 1 came on.
So with the phone, you told the phone, okay, I want zone 1 to go on. So it communicates with the timer, and the timer says go on. And so this is a house, and then this is representative of your house and your landscape outside. So the blue lights represent that the zone 1 just went on. Genius! That's the only word I have for this.
It's definitely a game changer, and it's a unique offering to the market. Just like Mike said, many of the competitors out there offer web-based access, but you have to be connected to the internet if you want to make any changes. So if the internet goes down or your Wi-Fi signal deteriorates, you might not be able to make that connection with the controller. So in the case that you have a rain event or some irrigation event where you might want to turn the controller off, you'd be unable to do so.
Well, yeah, if you lose your phone, you can't find it, for example, and it's raining outside, and it's like, oh my, with the other manufacturers, this faceplate right here is blank. You can't control anything. But if I lost my phone, I'd still be able to go in the garage, if I had to, and click this to off if it's raining. Genius.
Yeah, we're very proud of it. They put a lot of research into this one. The next question that we typically get is this going to be compatible with our older model controllers?
Oh, okay, yeah. You know, on that line, I'll tell you. So recently, I bought like 30 of the old style Rainbird. The ones that were, yeah, these right here. So these are, they don't have the Wi-Fi module inside of them. You can see this faceplate's a lot bigger. This is your standard original ESP because it reads your mind. No, extra simple programming. But the interesting thing about it, it's not compatible. So, and I'm stuck with 30 of these. I buy in volumes. I have 30 more homes I'm going to put these in, but I'm not going to be able to offer Wi-Fi to my customers.
Well, that's not necessarily the case, Mike. We wanted to make this product backwards compatible to our existing controllers on the market. So in order to do that, all we have to do is simply retrofit the faceplate with our existing ESP ME timers, and you'll notice that this model will have a sticker where it says Wi-Fi ready. So all we need to do is simply incorporate the Link Wi-Fi module into the back of the faceplate of this controller. It goes right into our 5-pin remote accessory port. So once we plug this in and put this one back on the chassis of the controller, we're actually able to link to the home network, and we get the same functionality you would get out of our new TM2 timer.
Oh my goodness. That's just, you know, this is really bringing the irrigation industry into the 21st century. It really is.
Absolutely.
Everybody, you know, they get on their phone. Everything is by this little tiny device right here, and including your sprinkler timers. It's amazing. I know there's a lot of things that Rainbird has been, you know, the irrigation innovators with, like with the copper shield technology. That's what got me really into Rainbird, was when I found out that you can actually put subsurface drip irrigation. Drip irrigation, by the way, is the best way to water, because right off the bat you'll save 50% water. And in California, that's a big thing. Over 102,000 trees have died as a result of drought. It's getting worse. So as a society, we need to cut water in half. But how do you keep roots out of that, you know, that root intrusion in those little tiny drip irrigation holes? Most manufacturers say just blow herbicide, but in the case of Rainbird, they have a little strip of copper every 12 inches that actually, that copper, it creates a little negative ion that creates some acid and burns root tips naturally without chemicals or herbicides. We need to stay away from that. We need to get away from that as a society, not encouraging it. And so now with this, I think this is really going to put Rainbird like over the top. As if they weren't the biggest irrigation company in the world already, I can see why people, you know, landscapers as well as homeowners are just have such a loyalty to this product. I really appreciate the irrigation innovators, Rainbird, the just genius.
Absolutely. We look to enhance the sustainability factors, just like your business, Mike. As we discussed with the Wi-Fi capability, we can incorporate weather-based irrigation control, and by simply adding a rain sensor, this will qualify the timer as being a smart timer. So it would be eligible for rebates. And again, this is to enhance the sustainability factor and sustain the precious resource that we're losing.
Wow. Well, I'm speechless. For the first time on YouTube, you've heard it here, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say other than it's genius. I keep saying that word just keeps popping up because I don't know the first thing about how this works, but I just know it does work. And I had the privilege of being, you know, when the test pilots for this program, and it really does work. And now I can't wait to start installing it, retrofitting, and then once we get out of the retrofits, it works exclusively. Just going to be offering the Rainbird, the iPad, I'll call it the iPad compatible controllers. Mike from Enviroscape LA and David Wyche from Rainbird signing off. When you think sustainability, think Enviroscape LA and Rainbird.